I'ma mask up and take it, 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 mask up and take it.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Good here at the House of Masks, the only mask channel on YouTube to poop its pants. Literally pooped my pants yesterday. Not a joke, just for real. Anyways, holy shit, do we have some Slipknot stuff to talk about. So the Knotfest Roadshow has officially started here in North America, which means that we got to see our first glimpse into the Knotfest Museum. And this time around, it is fucking epic. Now, a lot of them that were like in other countries and stuff seem to have lacked, and that's understandable because who wants to haul all of that luggage over to another place just to set it up and then ship it back to the States. So now that we're back in the States, we have a proper Knotfest Museum to walk through, and it's fucking gorgeous, and there's a lot of cool stuff in there. Now, I had photos sent to me by someone who was helping set up that event, and obviously they wanted to remain anonymous, so I'm going to keep them anonymous, but thank you for the photos. And I got them about a week ago, and it was super hard to keep those to myself, but now that some stuff is out, I can finally share some of those photos, and then we're going to go through other photos that people have posted that actually got to walk through it already, and we're just going to talk about all the little goodies that we can see.
So let's talk about it.
We've got fan-made stuff, prototypes, shit that we've never seen before, rotting history, goodness, just all kinds of stuff. I'm really excited. This is like a Slipknot mask collector's wet dream right here. So we'll start with the photos that I received, and these ones shouldn't really be on the internet except for in my House of Masks group or whatever, and we'll just go through and talk about what we see. So first up, we have this random wall here, and there's a lot of cool stuff here. We've got, like, obviously a clown mask from the .5 era, which isn't anything too special, but then we've got stuff like the Antennas to Hell album cover mannequin head. I've always thought that that was super cool, and I would love to have a replica of that one day in my collection because I think it's fucking sick. We've got a Paul, All Hope Is Gone. We've got a Joey, and I don't know if that's real because the last time I saw Joey's Left Behind mask, it was super beat up and had a lot of stuff missing. And this one seems to be intact, so I don't know if maybe he had two copies and one of them is still in good condition and the other one's destroyed, or someone just remade this as a replica and they put it up in the museum. We've got one of the weird Chris's. This is like the black or purple one with the white face paint on it. This would be the one that Lainey Chantel made for him, or Lainey Chantel's team, I should say. We've got this red-nosed Iowa clown, which is super fucking cool to see. I can't believe that those are still in such good condition, seeing as how all of the other Iowa masks that were made by Screaming Mad George are pretty torn up, but it looks to be in pretty good shape. Then we've got these poor Craigs. Like, this one's just so saggy and droopy, and then this one's just darkness imprisoning me. So that's pretty cool. Moving on, we've got another wall full of some interesting pieces here. First one I want to point out is this weird leather All Hope Is Gone clown that seems to have a foam nose on it. It just looks way different than the other ones he wore around that time. It's a little less menacing. I'm not sure if it was a prototype or if it is a real one that has just started sagging and just looks weird. I don't know, but I wanted to point that one out because I thought it was weird looking. Next up, the one that I need to point out is this clown, and I actually have photos of just the clown right here, and this thing is wild. This had to be like sometime after Mayhem Fest when he was having the recast done. If I had to guess, this would have been one that we didn't see back when he was doing the Nomad stuff, and that is where he wore just different variations that were painted different and hair different of his West German clown recast, and this one's fucking sick, and I actually don't really care about masks like this, but just seeing it is something cool. It's different. I don't know, and I knew that people were going to freak out when they saw this, so I made sure to request a couple photos of that because it's just a cool killer concept, and I actually like it. Moving on, the only other thing I think I wanted to point out in this photo was the Concept J. And actually what this is a Joel Silva copy, which we've seen on this channel many a times, and I've actually gotten rid of all my Joel Silva copies because I felt like Walter did the mask better, but he ended up giving this to Jay painted like this, and I guess that's the story now. That's what people are saying after I posted this. So it's just got this like Day of the Dead sugar skull type thing going on, and I thought that was really interesting from the first time that I saw that photo because it's definitely different than Jay's original mask, but it's just definitely cool to see replicas ending up in something like this, especially when they're replicas that look like prototypes that we never saw before, so that one's neat to see. Then we've got some other random stuff. There seems to be like these shadow boxes that are full of just random merchandise. In here we've got a Mick, and we've got an Iowa clown all squished down there. That poor thing. Looks like it's taped together on the ear, and it's definitely falling apart and has seen better days. We've got regular stuff like the Mayhem clown, and All Hope Is Gone Joey. We've got another shadow box full of what I would assume are like fan art Joeys. As you can see, there's a Joey here that looks unfinished. There's a Joey that was done on one of those Hobby Lobby 83 Caesar female recast things. We've got another one up at the top on the left side here that looks like Buckethead is an anime anime character or something, I don't know. Then we've got some other stuff like some busted up death masks. We've got an All Hope Is Gone clown, which is cool to see, a Volume 3 clown, and then my personal favorite thing in this photo is the Wait and Bleed animated puppets, specifically the Tattoo the Earth style clown. I think that's fucking awesome. I wish that we could see its face a little bit better, but it actually looks like a miniature mask on one of these puppets, and it wasn't just sculpted to be a part of the puppet, which is rad. I never knew that until seeing this photo, so that's cool. Oh, we've got another one of my wall shots. As you can see, they're still setting stuff up, and they're still moving stuff around. But once again, we've got a gnarly Wait and Bleed puppet of Craig, which is fucking rad. We've got a bunch of 0.5 clowns, handprint version. We've got the pantyhose versions with the holes, and I've always liked those ones. And then we got like the Ozfest meets Knotfest version where they did Iowa in its entirety. That one's pretty rad to see. And then just some other random ones. I don't really recall seeing those, but he had so many that it's hard to tell. And then just an empty bust of himself. And I've seen these before. They were supposed to be out for sale, and nothing ever happened. So Clown actually has his own bust, and my neighbors are fucking idiots. Here's an up-close shot at one of the 0.5 clowns. This one has the pig ear and the pig eye, and I definitely think that it gives it a pretty sinister look. I like that version. Maybe in the future, I'll try to grab a replica of that from Drop Bear Studios. Another shadow box. Looks like either a fan-made Mick or a prototype that we never got to see, but it's got a 7 on the forehead, which is an interesting concept, kind of like the Iowa clown with a 6 on the forehead. I dig it. Some random stuff. We've got like a no-face clown, a new blank J, just a bunch of blanks and uncut variants of the mask. Ticket stub. Don't know what that's from, but yup. Got a little Mick display here. Jumpsuit and mask. This one is super interesting, and I'm definitely excited to see this. It looks like the album cover liar, which is fucking rad. I remember a long time ago reading or seeing an interview with Chris talking about one of his masks being stolen, and I believe that it was one of his originals, meaning that it was either the Spit It Out or the album cover liar, and that's why we never got to see him wear either one of those very long. And I didn't know which version it was, but now I'm gonna go ahead and assume that it was the Spit It Out one, because we have what appears to be the album cover liar right here in one of these shadow boxes, and it looks fucking evil. Definitely looks a lot more like the prototype Iowas from Screaming Mad George in this photo than it does the album cover liar, but still, very, very cool piece of Slipknot history. Still can't believe it's in one piece. That's pretty awesome. Another shot of the Craig doll. This photo is cool. We've got a shadow box that has a bunch of Slipknot magazines in it, but then the masks, we got a Volume 3 Corey, which is still in good condition. We've got some sort of Mick. I can't quite tell what version that is. And then my favorite, we've got a Reading/Leeds Iowa Joey. This is like the gold variation, and it's good to see that that thing is still in one piece, because those Caesars are very, very fragile, and this one just looks like Joey took it off and threw it in the shadow box, so cool to see that one still alive. And now we are back to Hey Weinberg. So yeah, I just wanted to go over those. I'm sure that we'll start seeing more photos in the future, especially since they're going on tour with this stuff, but it's just super rad to see a lot of this, and I wanted to discuss it very briefly and just kind of show it to people that may have missed this, if you're not on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, because this is probably the coolest Knotfest museum that we've seen since the original Knotfest museum, and I'm pretty stoked about it. Like I said, this is a Slipknot mask collector's wet dream, because they're showing us stuff that we have never seen before, or that we haven't seen in a very, very long time, and it answers a lot of questions about certain masks, like the album cover liar. So yeah, just wanted to go over that. Do you guys have a favorite piece in the museum so far? Let me know down in the comments what your favorite is. I'm gonna have to go ahead and say that my favorite is probably that album cover liar or the prototype clown, because it is something so different and something that I never knew existed. So it's definitely cool to be surprised and like in awe of something again. So let me know down in the comments what your favorite piece from the museum so far is. That will be it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and until next time, we will see you later.